Hello, Africa. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Today is a very interesting one because we are actually having career stories spotlight. In case you're wondering, what does it take to work as a Power Platform developer? How does the career evolve? Or what impact can learning this skill, have on your career? I'm happy to inform you today that we have in the studio, amazing stories to share from our special guest today. Just before I bring them up, I would like you to go ahead and introduce yourself in the comment section. Tell us where you're joining us from. All the way from Kenya, from Senegal, from Nigeria, from South Africa. We have over 32 countries that are participating in this Power Apps Africa Challenge. And before I bring on board, I would like to say special thank you to our sponsors and partners. We have Reliance Infosystem Limited, we have Fastlane, we have Deep Brand Consulting, Computer Revolution Uganda, and Computer Revolution Africa Group Technology Redefined. It is time I bring on board, my special guest for today, and let's start with Elvis. I have Elvis in the studio, and I also have Stella Nyagah in the studio as well. Hi, Elvis Makuthi. How are you doing today?
Hi, Africa. I'm good.
Awesome. Hello, Stella. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, thank you. Hi, everyone. Hi, Africa. It's fantastic to be here today.
Awesome. I can't even wait, to go straight into this. Hear the story of Elvis as you drive us through this, Stella. First, let's start with introduction. Elvis, you can tell us a brief about yourself, and we can take it from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Thank you, Ola. My name is Elvis Makuthi. I'm a necessary engineer, that is service reliability engineer with Safaricom. And outside that, I'm a father, and on my hobbies, I like to do things myself, the DIY. I like fixing things in my house when they break. I like doing just things for myself. So that is who I am, and I am a fan of discovering new things, like new things which are coming on technology. Wow. So thank you.
This is pretty impressive. DIY. I love DIY. I like doing things, myself. But it's really impressive to see that you have it as one of your fun facts, which is so cool. If you like DIY, let me have your yes in the comment section. Drop yes, I love DIY. Also, Stella, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
So, my name is Stella Nyagah. I work in the role of Partner Development Manager within Microsoft. I focus and have focused since I joined Microsoft on the Power Platform and on a workload we call business applications. And it's been a really, really fun experience. I got into technology completely by mistake. It was never planned. But I'm here, and I think the coolest thing for me around the technology space is just finding people's superpowers. So for me, it's an extreme privilege that I'm on this call and getting to moderate the session with Elvis, because Elvis's superpower came out to me. He came out like nearly kicked me in the head when we had the call and when we had the chat. Just that DIY element of his really, really, really is truly inspirational. Elvis, are you there? Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing. I love the fact that it's already turned into passion for you to help discover and empower the superpower in others. And it's really cool to see how the business application suite from Microsoft is indeed, fulfilling this, empowering every individual and organization on the planet to achieve more. Cool. I'm going to hand this over to you now, Sarah, and you can take it off from there.
Thanks, Ola. So really, Elvis, again, super, super happy to be here for Africa to know your story. Tell us where your journey began.
Okay. I've been in telecommunication industry for now it's going to 13 years or 14 years. And in my first 10 years, I was working as a telecoms engineer in my previous company and in Safaricom. But back in 2018, I realized that my career is not is somehow stagnant, and I started thinking outside the box. So I decided now I'll become a developer, because somewhere on my career I did something. I did a course, a parallel course in IT. So I decided to shift my career now to focus on IT. So, and fortunately enough, at the same time in Safaricom, they introduced something called Digital Academy. So I was the first person to apply for Digital Academy so that I can transform. So I went on Digital Academy. I did mobile apps and web application development. And I stayed there for 8 months. And when I came back, I said I won't go back to GSM. I'm going to try this new field. And that is where I landed at IT. And my first challenge was, my boss challenged me, now my new boss, by then, she challenged me to automate baby crash. We have some facility for baby crash. So she challenged me to do some automation, because the parents were coming with the kids and signing some books. And then that was hectic. And the records after 2 or 3 years, they get lost. You don't see where the books are. So I was to automate using SharePoint. First, she told me, you are going to use SharePoint to automate this. So I took the challenge, and it was challenging because I could not find a way of doing it. Because the first thought was, do I do a mobile app or do I do what? So I went to internet and I browsed. That is where now I landed to Power Platform. So I started learning about it, and I saw some guys doing good things in YouTube, and I tried. And within 2 or 3 weeks, I delivered the first the MVP, and they liked it, and it really helped. Yeah. And that is where my journey started, and that is where I am now. I'm doing so many things, and I'm excited. It's a very exciting journey. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Elvis. I wonder, in that process of transitioning from GSM into IT, what challenges did you face? Did Madam at home look at you with strange eyes? What was that about? Yeah.
Well, it was challenging because, once a GSM network, being a telecommunication engineer is totally different from being an IT person. Because first of all, running the Linux commands, that was challenging to me. Even today, I'm struggling with that. But but that was my first challenge, because I could not remember the commands unless I refer somewhere. So that was a challenge. And also moving because I came from a field where you normally travel a lot because of the GSM network. Now coming back to the office and reporting daily to the office very early in the morning, that was also a challenge. And but now the comfort was, I had an opportunity to think and also to learn new things frequently, unlike GSM where you normally do the same work over time. But now when I came to IT, I started immediately learning a lot, because I was somehow left behind by technology. So I had to catch up. So that was my challenge. Major challenge was to catch up with the technology in the IT world. Yes.
Wow. This is that thing that Satya talks about, or a lot of people in Microsoft talk about. They talk about the growth mindset, where you're putting aside what you know and being bold and brave and just going out there and trying to learn new things. And I think I think you've enjoyed it, right?
Yes, it's really exciting, and what makes the journey more interesting are the mix of fun, challenges, and lessons. So it's really interesting to see that your challenges actually were part of what fueled your continuous drive and exploration in this field.
So just to pick up from challenges, Elvis, I'm sure you had some really tough ones, But I'm sure you've had some fantastic wins as well. So
Yeah.
could you share with us and with Africa, when did you first have your first career win in this new adventure that you've taken, and how has that been for you?
Okay. Yeah. That is something I want to talk about so many times because it has been amazing journey. And
Yeah.
my first win was actually I have so many wins, but now they have been compressed into one big one. So
Fantastic.
when COVID-19 came, I started. I was challenged to create an application where people can interact with the HR on getting resources and help. So I was challenged that the first assignment was to create a form where people can apply to get shares, like the one I'm sitting on right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so that they can be given, they go with it home. So there
Yeah.
was no process which was existing to do that. So it's a challenge to do that. So I started creating a power app whereby people can apply shares and their approval goes to their manager. And then when they approve, they just go to the office and they go and pick it. So I started with that application. And after now, it was successful. It was a very big success to see how many people are using the platform. Because in the first 3 weeks, we had almost 3,000 people.
Wow.
3,000 people requesting shares, and the applications going through without the application blinking, without any issues. It was so stable, and they liked it. Then now they started bringing other processes to be automated. So I decided on my own. I designed such a way that you can add more functionalities into that application. So we added so many applications. By the end of 2020 and 2021, we had almost 20 processes which are running in the same app. And they were all pointing at the employees. And they were using them. They were utilizing them. The the experience was amazing. Of course, there are challenges because, the UI, people are saying this and this. But we worked together and we perfected it. And through also conversation with Microsoft engineers, they helped me also to shape it into the way it is now. So after all those winnings, because I owned it and I felt like this is my firstborn, it's like my first baby, I should nurture it and spread so that people can know it exists. So my first career win from that, because you have to do work so that you win. You have to be challenging. And this year, I won't forget this year. I was nominated in Safaricom as a customer obsession, Spirit of Safaricom, customer obsession, internal customers. And I was voted and I won. And I won an award.
Fantastic.
I was given an award by CEO. And I can say that is the career win which I can say I've done something which I can be proud of myself.
Yes.
So that is
amazing.
And also the story even is getting better. That story of workplace app, I created that application of workplace app. I nominated the story to CIO Africa DX5 this year, and I was picked as a delegate.
Wow.
Wow.
Last week I went to Diani. I participated for the first time. I participated in that CIO Africa Awards, and it was very amazing. Just because of that initiative, that journey which started back in 2019.
It's incredible, isn't it, Ola? Seriously.
I mean, it's amazing how career transforming these keys are. And I love the way your win started, Elvis. Started from that baby crutch, move on to cheers requests, and on to adding more features. I love the way you describe it. You demonstrate a spirit of ownership. And I can imagine that excitement you were having. And you were using that passion to add more features and make that app more useful for people within the organization. I love the way you demonstrate it's like a baby to you. It's like your first baby, and you literally have to carry and nurture and care for that baby. Amazing.
Ola, I'll give testament to this, because where he said we called Microsoft engineers for some support when he got stuck, Elvis shows up in my life with 20 apps and fantastic use cases. I mean, here we're trying to get people to figure out one or two applications. Elvis has 20. And he's saying, guys, I need them to integrate to this. I need it to do this. You know what? I have these ideas. And then we unleash him on a couple of engineers from Microsoft who now even want to layer in maps for what you remember Elvis when we were doing the work booking, where you want to book your place to sit.
Office space. Office space.
You know, it was a wonderful 6 to 8 months of just brainstorming, and his passion became our passion, and we were all now in this agenda and so excited because you gave us, Elvis, you helped us believe in our technology, because we could see somebody else take the thing and make it into a real thing. It's no longer an amorphous thing in the air. It's actually a tool that is going to help businesses progress. So really, it is my joy to see that the organization that you work for has seen the wonderful work that you've done. That DX5 has been able to acknowledge you as well. I acknowledge you. We're really, really proud of you.
Thank you.
I want to ask specifically, so we've seen you move from GSM to this whole journey that you've had. For you specifically, if you were to just describe in a short way, what has the impact of Power Apps been on your career and on your trajectory for growth? Where do you want to go? That whole story.
Yeah, I must say, I feel like when I met, I am going to call it like a person. When I met Power Platform, it's like I was asking myself, where was this thing?
Where have you been all my
10 years in HSM? Where was it? Because I have achieved so much in the last 3 years than what I have achieved in the last 10 years I've been in GSM. I have done so many things which are wowing people than what I have ever done. And also I've touched people's hearts. I have interacted with people, and it has created that passion that I want to help. If someone has a use case, I start thinking, how can I implement that with
right
Power?
away?
How can I do that with the Power Automate? So I'm in that position that now it's like my work, day-to-day work. I just think around how can I help people transform their lives using Power Automate and Power Apps. So it has changed my mindset, and actually the good thing, I follow every new feature which comes in Power Apps. I normally follow. You remember the time I was asking how can I collaborate with my colleagues? I learned that. I just came across that collaboration feature with Git and Azure DevOps. So I added, and immediately, because when I get a new feature, I just feel like I want to transfer that knowledge to my colleagues. So I organize for a KT, I go and do it for them. So I did that. I feel like we are growing together with Power Platform. We are growing. Fantastic. And I don't feel like there is anything which will just deviate me from using the platform. So that is how connected I am with the Power Apps.
Wonderful. I'm going to say now.
It's like a companion.
You and your friend Power Apps. Yes. I'm going to say now. I have challenged you this multiple times, and I'm going to challenge you in front of all of Africa. Elvis, community for this region needs to come together, please.
Yes.
The community.
I agree. Community for that region, especially for Kenya. I love Kenya. I see the energy and I see the talent. We just need that community to come together. You know, because when you come together, you achieve more.
Absolutely. So the last question before Ola chases us away, because I know what to run is, so, you know, at some point, Elvis, there was a brave thing that you did where you decided to make a change in your career. Now, what advice do you have for other people who want to either are starting their careers or want to switch mid-career? What advice would you give them?
Okay, what I can advise people who want to change their careers, maybe from what they are doing currently to maybe something like I did. When that thing comes to your heart, just give it a shot. Don't start doing like what will happen to me. I had to leave my comfort zone and come to this and see what happened, because I didn't know whether I'll meet Power Apps or Power Platform, so that it can propel my career. So just have passion and go for it. And there are so many materials, if I can advise, because I can only advise people on the career where my journey with the Power Platform and the low-code and no-code type of platform. There are so many materials. There are so many people out there who are passionate about this, and they are going to help you. I've directed the people whom I've never met face to face. I've just subscribed to their channels. Some of them are Microsoft engineers. Some of them are just MVPs. So yes, so I just connected to them. I chatted them, and the good thing, the community is so generous with information. They just answer your questions. If it's something which they haven't done before, they go and they research and they come back to you with an answer. So that's how I can advise people. Go there with the passion, take your shot, and you won't regret it. That is what I think. Yes.
Thank you so much. The passion still comes through. You've given me more energy just speaking to you today. So thank you for the time. Ola, thank you for giving us this opportunity to share the story.
Yes. This is amazing. This is amazing. Personally, I see how unique your story is. I pick a lot of lessons from this, and I see the place of passion. You can, and there's no age limit, and that reminds me, people who are thinking, oh, I've been working for over 7 years. Can I switch? Cumulatively, before you started this journey, it's been over 10 years of working before you know. Oh, so if it takes 10 years, so how old are you, with your work today? I'm asking everyone listening now, you can still do it. And Elvis said something. He said, go for it. I don't know if I can put that anywhere in my office. Definitely I will do that. Go for it. I will say that. Exactly. Go for it. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone for listening to this story. And don't just listen, please share with others. Someone will appreciate you and will start their own story from this story one day and say, I watched the story of Elvis and this is how I got inspired, and I also take this move, and today I'm a winner as well. So thank you very much, Stella Nyagah, for helping to drive this session, and Elvis for sharing your story with the world. We definitely know these stories like this needs to continually be told so that people can get inspired and also record their own win. Thanks everyone for joining. I see loads of comments, love, from the session here. I see Shadrach Kipoti. I think Shadrach is also in Kenya. He's saying it's all about passion. Amazing. He was able to pick out those lines there. And I have here Sydney Njuri said, intriguing. Yes, it is. It is indeed. And I say, Brittany starts saying, Wanjira, come absolutely. We are building an amazing community there. Everyone invite colleagues and friends. Yes, and definitely you'll soon be hearing from Elvis when it comes to community activities over there in Kenya. So watch out. We'll be sharing, making that announcement, clear, so that you can also learn and grow the community over there in Kenya. All right, so thank you everyone, and again, just before we go, we would like to share this again. Say thank you to our partners and sponsors. They are doing so well to make sure this program is going smoothly. Reliance Infosystem Limited, Deep Brown Consulting, Computer Revolution Uganda, we say thank you. Computer Revolution Africa Group, Technology Redefined, and Fast Lane. So before I go, I'm going to leave you with this. It's game on. Don't forget to register and join our user group, which is aka.ms Power Apps Africa. You can see the link also down here where you can click and join that user group. You have access to all recorded sessions, everything we've been doing since the commencement of the Power Apps Africa Challenge. And until the next time we meet, which is this Friday, to tell you about all that has happened this week, I know you don't want to miss that. So please feel free to register and join the community. We'll see you again this week on Friday. Thank you and bye.